Welcome back to Master 79. Today we are working through ielts speaking part 2 and part 3, topic 29. Describe a piece of technology that you feel difficult to use. We will brainstorm it together, then hear a full Band 9 model performance. First, the format. In part 2 you receive a task card. You get 1 minute to prepare and paper to make notes. You then speak for 1 to 2 minutes, and the examiner will stop you at 2 minutes. Crucially, the examiner does not interrupt. This is a monologue, not a conversation. Here is the task card exactly as it was written. You should say when you got it, what you got it for, and how often you use it, and explain how you feel about it. One note on the wording. The card says technology that you feel difficult to use. Standard English would be that you find difficult to use. We are showing it verbatim because in the exam you answer the card as printed. Use the 4F method. Frame, name the thing in 1 sentence. Follow, answer the 3 bullets in order, because they are your paragraph plan. Flesh out, add 1 concrete detail to each bullet, a date, a place, a number, or a small story. Finish close on how you feel, and end with a reflective sentence rather than stopping mid-thought. Now the 1 minute of preparation. On the left 6 quick notes, 1 for each part of the answer. On the right, the language we intend to use. Notice that the notes are fragments, not sentences. In 60 seconds you have no time to write sentences, and reading them aloud would destroy your fluency. That gives us a 6-part plan. Frame, when, what for, how often, why it is difficult, and finally how we feel. 6 short moves, roughly 20 seconds each, is comfortably 2 minutes. Our model candidate is a 26-year-old junior architect. Every detail is invented. Copy the technique, never the content, because an examiner can always tell when an answer has been memorized.
I'd like to talk about a professional 3D modeling and rendering program that I've been wrestling with for the past 2 years. It's the software architects use to turn flat drawings into photorealistic images. I got hold of it in my first month at the firm back in early 2024. My supervisor simply installed it on my machine, handed me a license key and told me I'd pick it up as I went along, which turned out to be wildly optimistic. I got it for one very specific reason. Our clients can't read technical drawings. They need to see the building, the light coming through a window at 4 in the afternoon, the texture of the concrete. So the program is essentially a translation device between my head and the client's imagination. As for how often I use it, I'm in it almost daily, usually for 2 or 3 hours in the late afternoon and far longer than in the week before a client presentation. The trouble is that the learning curve is brutally steep. There are hundreds of nested menus. The shortcuts are completely counterintuitive, and one wrong setting can leave a render running all night for nothing. For the first 6 months I worked almost entirely by trial and error, and I lost count of the times I crashed the whole thing. How do I feel about it? Honestly, it's a love-hate relationship. It still frustrates me. There are days when I'd happily throw my laptop out of the window. Well, I've gradually built up enough muscle memory to feel competent, and there's enormous satisfaction in finally getting a render right. I suppose difficult tools are difficult precisely because they're powerful.
Here is the whole answer in one place. 285 words, which at exam pace runs to about 1.5 minutes. that sits comfortably inside the 1 to 2 minute window with room to slow down, pause the video and read it through, paying attention to how each bullet on the card becomes one short paragraph. Now part 3. This lasts 4 to 5 minutes and it is a genuine two-way discussion. The questions turn abstract: society, trends, causes and consequences. Your answers should be longer than in part 1, roughly 4 to 6 sentences. For each one, use position, reason, example, balance. For every part 3 answer, use 4 moves. Position: state your view in the first sentence with no warm-up. Reason: give the mechanism why that is true. Example: one concrete illustration and an invented one is perfectly fine. Balance: concede the other side or note a limit. That final move is what separates band 7 from band 9. Question 1. What technology do people currently use? Before answering, sort the field. Everyday devices, then wearables, then artificial intelligence assistants, and finally the invisible layer that people never think of as technology at all. That last category is what lifts the answer.
In everyday life, the smartphone has effectively swallowed everything else. It's a camera, a wallet to map, and a television in one device. Beyond that, the two big shifts recently have been wearables. So smartwatches and fitness bands that quietly track your health in the background, and artificial intelligence assistants that people now use to draft emails or plan a trip. In professional settings, it's more specialized, of course. My colleagues practically live inside design software and cloud collaboration tools.
And there's a whole layer of technology people don't consciously notice: contactless payments, smart meters, the algorithms deciding what appears on their feed.
Arguably, that invisible layer is the most influential of the lot.
Question 2. Why do big companies introduce new products frequently? This is a causes question, so give more than one cause and rank them. Commercial pressure first, then competition, then planned obsolescence. Then balance it, because a band 9 answer refuses to be one-sided.
There are a few forces at work. The most obvious one is commercial. These companies are judged quarter by quarter, so a steady drumbeat of launches keeps revenue flowing and keeps investors calm. There's also competitive pressure. If a rival ships something first, you look as though you're falling behind even when your own technology is perfectly good. On top of that, there's an element of what's usually called planned obsolescence. Products are designed with a finite lifespan, and updates gradually stop supporting older models, which nudges people towards upgrading. To be fair, though, it isn't purely cynical. Components do genuinely improve year on year, so some of those releases are real refinements rather than marketing exercises.
Question 3. Why are people so keen on buying iPhones even though they haven't changed much from one to the next? The trap here is to answer only because of advertising. Go deeper. The purchase is not about the hardware at all. It is about the ecosystem, about status, and about how painless the companies have made the cost. Then close with a genuine shift in behavior.
I think the honest answer is that people aren't really buying the hardware, they're buying everything around it. Once you're inside the ecosystem, your photos, messages, and files all sync seamlessly, so switching to a rival brand feels a bit like emigrating. Then there's the status dimension. The phone works as a social signal, particularly among younger people, and there's a certain reassurance in owning what everyone else owns. Add marketing that makes incremental upgrades sound revolutionary, plus trade-in schemes that make the cost feel painless, and a decision becomes almost frictionless. That said, I do sense the enthusiasm cooling. A lot of people I know keep a phone for 4 or 5 years now, which would have been unthinkable a decade ago.
Here is today's language bank. 10 items, each with a plain English gloss. Learn the phrase together with the situation it belongs to, because an idiom used in the wrong place costs you marks rather than earning them. Finally, why this performance sits at band 9. Fluency and coherence. The bullets are answered in order and every move is signposted. Lexical resource. The collocation is precise and natural, rather than rare words used for their own sake. Grammatical range and accuracy. Varied structures with no errors that impede meaning. And an important caveat. Band 9 here reflects our own quality assessment against the public ielts band descriptors. It is not a certified examiner score. Your challenge. Record yourself answering the same task card in 2 minutes using the 4F method. Then answer all 3 Part 3 questions using position, reason, example, balance. Post your favorite phrase from today's language bank in the comments. Thanks for watching BMaster79 and good luck in your exam.